Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Virgo, welcome to my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page if you've come across this video on Facebook. So if you have, I'm Lesley Ormsby anyway, so if you haven't come across me before, and I'm a psychic medium, a healer, a teacher of spiritual and mystical things and so much more. This is part of the so much more that I've started doing about a year and a half ago, I think, something like that anyway, on here. So there we go. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for your likes, shares, comments, and for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And also, if you haven't subscribed, I'd take this opportunity to invite you to do that now. And also to like, share, comment, and also follow and like me on my my Facebook page, on that page as well. So, and if you want, on Instagram as well. So. There's a few changes that are happening around me and with my work and in my life in general. Actually, there's one thing moves, another thing does as well. So, and that's probably happening with you as well. So, anyway, so these reads are for you, for Gemini. So there may be a Gemini in your life. I don't know. So that may be why that is just like popped out, Virgo. So anyhow, this is for you, Virgo, and so Virgo may be in your chart, and it may be in your sun, moon, rising, and or Venus sign for you. If you don't know what your other signs are, check out in the description box below. There is a link to a website that will take you to that has a there is a link here to a website that has a free calculator on it, and it will work it out for you. The other thing is where they're going with that one now. There's something else. Okay. Yeah, so these are general reads, which is why I'm suggesting like checking out the other signs. Okay, so it may or may not resonate with you, but don't try and make it fit. Shifting the story around and the characters around, if it's got a natural flow to it and it makes sense that it would fit with what is going on with you, then that's awesome. Okay. So I'm feeling a little bit relaxed now at the moment, but a little bit floaty, a little bit of uncertainty, or something is happening along the way there. But there's just maybe the word uncertainty comes to mind at the moment. Okay, with some changes that are pretty much imminent in a way, are going to change, but it's like don't get your head in the way of it, basically, because this is like you may be getting your head in the way, or may have got it in your head in the way at the moment too, because in the past it's gotten away to stop you from doing things that you really want to do. So getting out of your head, and like there's some unfounded nightmares and thoughts, fears and nightmares that are there that are not that are not really there, that are there with you in your head, but it's like the spirit are just saying, and the cards are saying, that there's nothing there really for you to be too concerned about. So get your head out of it, okay? So anyway, and then we're moving more now into the, this card here is about, what's at present. So there's a sense of, you taking more and being in more control of your thoughts about what is going on in your life at the moment. So this, because the King of Swords here is he is a firm and authoritative figure, but is fear. So there's something about you maybe stepping into that. So maybe you have there's a few things going on there. So some of you is maybe in like a managerial sort of role in some way or form, whether that be in your own business or somewhere else, whether maybe your work there, and maybe or maybe even in your home that they're talking about here as well. So like I say, just work with it and see how it works for you, how it rolls for you. Don't make it fit, like I say. And there may be something like that is even going on with you. It's like work with it. Don't try and make something fit when it don't fit, or don't change something that is working when when it's working when it's working well. There's something like that. So there's something about also getting out of your head more as well. So grounding yourself a little bit more. There is a sense of freedom with the King of Swords. So there's lots of butterflies there, setting yourself free, your mind free, but also, which affects your ability to be able to set yourself free or be free of other certain things that are around you that distract you, hold you back, or whatever. It's all our own stuff at the end of the day, but it's like you're more in that grounded and knowing about what is going on. It's like, I just want to chill now and I want to ground, but I kind of got an idea more so now where I'm going to go. And it's like, but it's still, it's like you may be going in your head now, but it's more different. There's a different, there's more of a balance in there. So it's like something may come up and it's like looking at that, but not fearing it in that sense. As an idea or a thought that's maybe bringing something to your attention. And it's maybe to look at, just pack it up, and it's like you're getting a bit of a heads up, basically. And if it does pop up, then it's like, okay, I know. Okay, I sensed that, or I felt that coming, or I thought that might happen. However, so it's like, it's there for a reason, but not to overthink it. But then when these intuitive thoughts come through, but it's like, or a thought might happen, but this one here is like thoughts of your own, that self-destructive thoughts or that help us procrastinate, basically, or distract ourselves from where we know we really want to be going, basically, or desire to be going. So then this, we're in the present now. So you may be more there in this present time now with this King of Swords. And then we have the Empress there, who is, in this future part, is like, she's about creativity, fertility, and bringing, and creating that, and, have been creating that security and abundance and that. So she brings through this newness and that way of moving forward to that, or, being in there, creating it, like being in this moment, creating it. And I feel like that is you, the Empress, as well, of course, because this is about you, Virgo. So whether you're a male energy or a female energy, there's something that's moving that you can see. There's something that is abundant, that something is working now, and you've planted the seeds, but there's still more work to be done, and there's still more, your fertility should be out there, still more time for growth and more growth happening there. And it's just ever evolving. That's what they're hearing there. And, with continuously, basically, with all these ideas and, and fruit. There's seasonal fruit they're talking about. And there's harvesting there that I've got there. So there's, and everything is flowing in this future. This is you, changes in fortune with that Wheel of Fortune here, okay? So, there is a cycle. So know that this, there's a cycle that goes around in whichever way you want to go. So it's kind of like, I want to go that way, though, because it's like, I'm just going that way because it's my clockwise, but maybe you've been being a bit resistant about going with the cycle, and on saying that, so, and making it anti rather than pro. So keep going with it, with the cycle, because what goes around comes around. There are funny little there are times when things are not quite right, that don't sit right, but then it's either in the middle. It's like there where she's got the blindfold on. It's like, this is like feeling your way around things as well, using all your senses and like your intuition and getting a guide of where it is that you need to go right now in order to stay in that balanced space of where you want to be, which is on top, basically, be it in there, more often than not, basically, or all the time. But, recognizing too that there is a time and a season for everything with growth and movement, whether it's this new, this fertility as well, because things change. So it's been keeping in that mindful space there. So there seems to be a change in fortune, or a change in season, or a change in the cycle that's taking you to more abundant or prosperous space. So then we have in this, the challenge is, holding on too tightly. So I'm hearing not just so much about the money side of things, but energetically wise, holding on too tightly to stuff that's around you, to what you know to be safe. or what you know to be true at this point, but there's more truth to come about a different situation in a different way, or your growth in your business and that. So the truth is, we could do whatever anything we want to do. We've just got to take it, take that leap of faith in having a go, knowing and realizing that actually, some things may come up. They may or may not, and usually some things do. So it's being prepared for, in your mind, and open and prepared in the sense there's an open mind that something might pop up. But if something does pop up, well, then I'll sort that out when we get there, because that's growth along the way in itself, basically. So not holding on to, letting go of the purse strings a little bit. So you may need to invest a little bit of money into this, but it's not just that. It's about, holding on to old ways and ideas of thinking things anyway, but grounding yourself. So this, I feel like, is you, Virgo, because it is the Pentacles there, and it is an Earth card, but there's 4. So there's something about moving, like you've started something and you're in the 4th step in the, with the suit of Pentacles. And it's like you may have got to this point where it's like, oh, I may need to, and it's maybe because of the season, the time of the season, which is there, but it's just like, okay, just like this season is actually probably what I'm hearing, maybe a more abundant time for you as well. So it's just like, okay, just skipping out of that mind, and it's just, okay, being, things might be a little bit meager, but it's like things are shifting is where I'm hearing with that. So, but not grasping too tightly onto that, okay? Or using it as an excuse is where I'm hearing, because it's like freeing yourself up. Okay, it's being mindful. That's a different story, and aware, but it's like skipping out of that space of holding on too tightly with it. So there's how they can move through this, encouragement and suggestions, advice. There we go for Virgo. So my voice, my throat, is like when I cough, it's like, holy smoke. So it's like maybe you're not speaking up or sharing something that, it may be the way that you're doing it as well, because my throat is quite dry. So maybe you need to moisten it a bit or water it down, whatever it is that you're doing. So, and maybe that self-talk to yourself, it may be not very encouraging talk to yourself, all that sort of thing. So anyway, here's the star, which is, they're moving. It's like that hope and inspiration, staying in that space, staying in your light, because you are the star. And I'm hearing like whether it's, you might see yourself as the monster, or whatever. It's like sometimes the monster is a star, so maybe monstrosity is in monstrous steps towards that star. It's like looking at the monster a little bit different, and some people might think, but it's like there's a monster star out there for you, and you are that monster. You have a big bright light shining out there. Okay, cool. Oh, I kind of like the way they do that, because I keep hitting monster. Maybe some of you are putting yourself down in that way, and that, or feel like a big monster, the monster, but it's actually, there's a hope and inspiration that's turning around there, that you are the star, a big bright star at that. So, and if you, so it's because I'm just seeing her like this is maybe bearing all, bringing out everything, with these hopes and this inspiration that you are moving forward, and that's it's following the star and the big bright star, like I say. Wow, balancing and grounding is what I'm hearing with that as well. So moving more, and now a possible outcome with all this, with whatever is going on. So like I say, this is kind of general. So this may pertain to, I'm hearing for those of you more like a business, a project or something like that. But it could be a relationship as well. So like keeping the door wide open. Because I haven't made it specific, so money, romance or anything like that, is because it's kind of like, that's not where I'm going at the moment with them. Okay, so the 10 of Cups, like there's contentment and a happy home life. Okay, so there's something, in the end, this is the outcome, is there's going to be more, because it's like you're honoring yourself, you're taking notice of what is, what your needs as well as everybody's, but like making sure that you are well, you're doing what you need to do, and you want to do what your passion is doing as well. But it's like, in a with authority in that authority figure sort of place, being firm, but fair, not only with yourself but with everybody else around you as well, knowing that you've gone through a journey yourself, so it's keeping that open mind, but there's some sort of a beautiful emotional connection and relationship with family that you've built there. So 10 of Cups is like there's an end of a cycle that you may be working on. It's all combined in there with your working to self, but whatever it is that you're doing is coming together where there is more of a beautiful working towards this, and outcome is like a beautiful relationship with yourself and a connection with yourself and others as well. Okay, cool. But super listen to, because that's this is about you listening to your intuition as well, definitely, and you're bringing out that creativity. Awesome. Anyway, I want to go and choose a card from here. The Energy Oracle cards. Well, that was actually quite quick and short and sweet and come together reasonably well. So, yeah. Okay, see where we got in here. What do we have? Oh, no, that's not it. What do we have for Virgo? What do you have for Virgo? What does Virgo... What would be helpful for Virgo to know? That's what it is. All those questions. So that's no wonder I end up with about 10 cards. But sometimes it's like that's the way it is. It's like getting the right question, how I'm going to do it, or how they need to hear it, see it, feel it, do it. So there may be something going on like that with you. It's like figuring out about how you're going to do it. With yourself, with your family, or with your clients. Okay, there we go. So, 46, the thinking man. So there may be a man who is a thinking man that's around you that may come into your life. You may be that thinking man, and maybe you're not really going into that space, but it's like bringing that thinking man out of you, within you, that's out of you. And, maybe it's about, for some of you, it's about like, giving yourself a kick up the backside and commitment to yourself as well as to whatever it is that you're doing. But 46, it's number 46 in the deck. So 4 is about grounding. It's about security and directions, basically. So it's about creating that foundation. So when we have that foundation and we're creating that security within it, it's obviously we're wanting to build a firm one, and that we have that sense of security and that knowing of security as well, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, or it's whichever way you want to look at that, spiritually, mind, body, spirit, soulfully, whatever that means for you. But it may be that you may be a female energy, so somebody may be coming in, or you may have somebody there that is bringing that to you. The other side of it is like you may need to step into that, bring in that masculine side of you, and really that grounded side of that, but finding that balance with your feminine side as well. But sometimes we do need to be in that masculine side of us as a female, but it's also being that remembering that we have a feminine energy and finding that balance within that. But definitely, and there could be, like I say, a male energy that's coming into your life that is more of a thinking man, and it's like, okay. So 6 is about, this the theme around the 6 is the service to humanity. So it may be that, he comes to help you with something, or maybe that's something that you're wanting to bring out of yourself in the future and do for you. But I feel like it's more in the way, not just for animals or for people, but it's like maybe you're seeing that in yourself as the connection to humanity and around the world, and maybe having an effect on you about how people treat each other, how you treat each other, It's coming back into that sense, okay, as well. And I just want to get a card from out of here as well with the with this deck. Oh, see, Daisy. This one here is like being a pain in the backside. Sticking out a bit. Okay, there we go. Oh, whoa, what have we got here that's tipped over? Okay, the Queen of Wands. Okay, so this is the Queen of Wands, and she wants to take action. Because she is about action, isn't she? So I gracefully take center stage is what she talks about in this deck, and the theme behind that, and her energy. Can you just feel her energy? So this is about you taking center stage. So they're going back to the star, and to go back to this wheel of fortune. It's like the center, you know, this is the center, this is you. And bringing in that energy and taking action. Because look at this beautiful sunflower. Yes, it's more orangey there than yellow, but still, look how big and vibrant it is above her. With, you know, like, and there's lots of seeds in there as well. It's like dark, ready to, you know, for the seeds to come out. What do you call it? Harvest. You know, so it's like taking action, and it's like I gracefully take center stage. So get moving, girlfriend and or male friend. I was going to say or boyfriend, but yeah, get moving, whoever you are. There's something that'll put yourself out there, take that next step. So it's about you, yeah, taking center stage and like taking your, stepping into your power, being in your power, which is what this, you know, this sword is about, being in his power, you know, making decisions, you know, and you know making, you know, taking action with these with not just with words, but with what do you call it, with the thoughts that you've been, you know, having, is like you're getting, you know, and it's like transforming and turning them, you know, communicating them into your ideas into something, you know, and not just thought, it's taking them beyond the thought as well, even if it's just writing it and getting a business plan down, and then taking some steps forward physically to you know, to make something happen. But yeah, so basically, yeah, cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for you, Virgo. I hope that makes sense for you for this week, and we'll come back next week. So I'm not sure what the timing has been, all out of sync with these, according to my timetable on in my description box, but and that's because one is Wi-Fi, and also the schedule, my schedule is changing. So it's been a very interesting journey and so far with this transition that I'm going through, and so I expect that it will be a very interesting journey for you too. Anyway, we're going to leave that there with you. We're going to leave it there with you with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity and abundance. Okay, bye for now, and we shall see you next week. Okay, take care.